Welcome, everyone. You're listening to the Expressed and Orgasmic Living podcast, the show that teaches you how to go from feeling stifled and suffocated in your life to expressed and orgasmic. Here you will receive tips on how to honor yourself, fulfill your desires, and feel truly alive again. I'm your co-host, Renee Faith, Orgasmic Soul Freedom Coach.
And I'm your co-host, Cherie Linnell, Life Expression Coach. Welcome to this week's episode.
Welcome to this week's episode of Expressed and Orgasmic Living podcast. I'm your co-host, Renee Faith, Orgasmic Soul Freedom Coach.
And I'm your co-host, Cherie Linnell, your Life Expression Coach.
And we are excited today because we're nearing the end of 2022.
Yay!
It's a definite yay energy for me because so much has happened this year and I'm so ready for completion. It's been a humongous transition year with separating from my husband and relaunching this business and this podcast. So much has happened. A lot of grieving, a lot of sensitive stuff with my children this year. So I'm happy. I want to anchor myself in 2023. I want to release 2022. And that's what we're here to talk about today. How do we release 2022 with grace and gratitude and command masterfully in 2023, creating that which we want?
Well, one good way to release 2022 is to really think about like the highlights of the year. You know, it might be difficult to recall it because if you haven't written it down, but you know, think of like some of the highlights of 2022, as many highlights as you can, and be thankful for the experience, whether it's bad or good, because it's teaching you something for the new year. You'll learn from it. So I would definitely do that as part of my releasing of 2022.
Yeah, I think everything happens according to divine plan, right? So even though we had a really rough year, my family, there's growth lessons in it.
Yeah.
There's growth lessons around, you know, how I should be honoring myself in a deeper way. Just, you know, and so embracing those lessons. What are you grateful for, right? What are your highlights for from 2022?
Oh, my highlights are overcoming depression this year, a little late, later in the year, half of the year, the end of the last half of the year, overcoming depression, being in remission. That's a huge one for me.
Huge.
Another highlight is that my husband and I have rekindled our relationship. So we're in a much better, deeper place now.
Beautiful.
Another highlight is I have clarity on my business goals for my coaching business and for my candle business. So 2023 is going to be like amazing because I have such clarity on where both of those businesses are going to go.
Yeah. And
that's basically it. Those are like my big ones. I mean, I have others, but those are my big three.
Huge. And for me, it's been, you know, losing all this weight, like losing 35 pounds and getting my fitness back and really realigning with the athlete within, right?
Yeah.
That's been a huge win because I wasn't sure if I could do it again. And not only do it again, but I feel stronger than I did in my 20s. Right. So that's been massive. I'm so super grateful for my fitness. Super grateful for, you know, just really opening my heart up again after the separation, knowing that, you know, embracing just more goodness in my life. I think that's where I'm ending in 2022 after this whole journey with grief. Possibilities is what I'm sitting in, the energy of possibilities.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't be here with these possibilities in front of me if I didn't go through what I went through with the separation and everything.
Right.
So being super grateful. Yeah. So let's talk about how do we, now that we've kind of revisited and looked at all the milestones, the highlights, what we're grateful for, how do we, what practice do you use to release the year, to let it go, to really complete it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Well, this is going to be fun to talk about. To release the year before, well, the current year, so I can embrace the following year. What I do every year, well, the end of every year, is I do a reading for myself for a year at a glance with my tarot cards, right? So releasing this year, I will be referring back to my year in a glance that I did last year and see where.
It's an actual document?
No, it's not an actual document. I made it I take a picture of the card spread.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I do my reading there. It's not, I should do that though, and put that on the market. I don't know, might do it, but that's my entrepreneurial brain. But yeah, I reflect on my year in a glance and just see how I measured up for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's insightful to me because sometimes it's dead on. Like I hit those goals as I predicted that I would, or I had resistance where I predicted that I would, and I've overcome them. And then for the next year, like we're in December now, so before the end of the year, I'm going to do another one,
Mm-hmm.
another spread, so I could take a peek into the next year. And so that's how one of the things I do to release the previous year is just to really go back, look at how I read it,
Mm-hmm.
look at all my journaling, and just seeing where I'm at and any progress that I've made or could continue to make and still need some follow up with.
Yeah. Good evaluation process.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I evaluate
How
my
you
actions of the previous year based upon my reading for that year, for this year.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a process. Like I know some other people will do like rituals where they will write stuff down and burn the paper or whatever.
Yeah, that's another one of mine.
So I haven't done any of that, and I don't. But this year I do want to do something. So after the crazy 2022, I think I'm just gonna meditate and just express gratitude for all the lessons and the possibilities up ahead, and a bit of like there's this practice in Reiki. So Reiki is an energy healing practice that I embraced when my son was born. But there's a practice called dry brushing, where after you work with the client, you want to really fully disconnect from the client's energy and your energy, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not taking their energy on. And so it's a process where you're literally like just taking your opposite hand and you're brushing. And that's kind of like cord cutting. So for those of you who know energetic cord cutting, it's just a cutting of ties so that there's no longer this drain, right? That if there's energetic cords, there's no longer this exchange, this drain. And so the dry brushing, like that motion and that idea of like, I let you go, I set you free, 2022. Like all the people that no longer serve me, that are out of my life, like I let them go with love. Mm-hmm. And so then I stand in my own new power, clean, not attached to other people that have left my life or to the old 2022 energy. Mm-hmm. So something like that. It's definitely going to be a meditation for me, mm-hmm. With gratitude practice, and then some form of that dry brushing where it's a physical, like I'm done, thank you, right. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I think that'll feel good for me.
Yeah, I definitely do the burning. Mm-hmm. I definitely do the burning. And you know what? I never really considered the cord cutting. Like I have a cord cutting process, but not for releasing the year. I'm going to definitely do that now. The cord cutting process that I have is basically the cutting cords for people and the energies of other people.
Right.
But to do it for the year, that would be amazing. Like not the whole year, but certain things, aspects of that year that you really need to like let go of, that
Yeah.
you don't want to bring into the new year.
Yeah, I think the year as an entity itself and cutting the cord off with the year is a little too abstract for some people. I think just
Yeah.
kind of focusing on people, the
That's what I mean.
situations,
Yeah,
challenges.
that's what I mean. Like certain situations of that year, you don't want to repeat,
Yeah.
whether it's a relationship, behavior. For
Mhm.
me, it would be smoking. This is what, my 3rd month without it. So I want to continue that into the next year, non-smoking.
So we talked about releasing
Mhm.
2022.
Yeah.
Should we talk about how we want to command masterfully that which we want in 2023?
Okay.
How do we call it in that which we want? I think first, though, let's take a step back. We want to get clear on what it is we want, right? Especially if you've had a massive transition year, like I did, right? With the separation, now it's kind of a clean slate. So what do I want to create for myself, for my children, for my love life, etc.? What do I want to create? So I think we all need to kind of sit still, be in stillness, and really think, what are the goals? What do we want to call in?
You know what I'm gonna say?
No, I don't want.
Put it on a vision board.
Oh yeah. The vision board.
Put it on a vision board. Get clear on what it is that you want, specifically what you want, not some vague thing like I want to go on vacation. No, you need to say, I want to go to Paris and stay at such and such and do such and such, like so specific. Put that on your vision board and look at it every day.
So how many have you done in the past?
Vision boards? Woo! I can't even I can't quantify it because I've done many. I definitely do one every year.
Okay.
For my family and for me. I do a vision board for like where I want my team Pritchard to, what we are going to be doing in the year. But I do vision boards for more individualized ideas. Like I said, with vacations, like I want to go on vacation. I don't just say vacation. I want to go to Paris and I want to stay here and I want to do this specific thing. I'm like super specific on what it is that I want to manifest on my vision board, and I'll put on there people with their feelings, like how they're happy. Like I want to feel that. I want that happiness. I want to have this money with me. So I'll actually have a picture of dollar bills or whatever, or I'll take a picture and put it on there. So I get really clear and specific.
Yeah, I think that's key. And I think a lot of folks who talk about law of attraction, right? They say to be really specific when you do the asking. I only did one vision board. And this was, oh gosh, in my mid-20s. And I'll tell you, it was a nice size vision board. I had put it up in my apartment, and it was a fairly large living room. And so I had it in a corner where I didn't visit too much. And so it ended up being kind of like a set it and forget it type of a thing, where I was very specific with my pictures and the energy of it. And I put it up on the wall. Later that year, I looked back and I realized majority of those things had come true.
Yeah.
Including a trip to Jamaica that was manifested. And I can't remember some of the other stuff, but I remember just being blown away looking at it at the end of the year going, wow, like I haven't looked at this in a while, and holy moly, like all these things came to be.
Yeah.
So
because you put it out there, you set the intention, like this is what you want. And it's like you said, you set it and forget it. You're not supposed to really dwell on it.
Yes.
You're not, for me, what I do is I look at it every now and again. Like if I feel down or something, like this is something that I know I have coming to me. Like I don't continuously like wish upon it or whatever. It's just like it's a knowing for me. I know that this is coming for me. So whenever I feel like, if I feel like I have like this lack energy,
Yep.
that's what my vision board's for. Is that no, this is what's happening for you. This is what's going to happen for me. So it's something that I do pull out and I look at from time to time as needed. But it's
As
definitely
needed.
a thing where you need to put it away and like forget about it and not keep wishing and wishing and wishing.
Yeah, because the wishing is really amplifying that there's a lack right now, right? And that becomes counterproductive because now you're sending mixed signals to the universe.
Yep.
So the set it, forget it is really a detachment. And then what you're adding to it is that you sit in the knowing that it's already coming.
Yeah.
Right. So all of that together, not being attached, set it, forget it, and then just know that it's coming. The call has been made. And that's certainly one way that many people, I think, these days command masterfully. Because vision boards is not new. When the movie The Secret came out, and this was also that's why I did the vision board. It was because of the movie The Secret that came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So many people have put into practice vision boards, and they work. It certainly worked for me. So I'm going to do it this coming week with my kids, and they're really excited for it. I told them the whole concept; they're very excited. Neville Goddard. I wanted to bring up Neville Goddard. Do you know who he is?
I do.
Well, early 1900s, right? He's not around anymore. So early 1900s, he was this. He was a channel. He was a spiritual channel, and he basically was teaching, based in New York, I believe, in the early 1900s. He was teaching people around here how to manifest powerfully, and his whole thing was see it as if it's already here, and work backwards.
That's where I get it from. Yeah.
And you actually picked up one of the intention cards at my place, right? What did it say? What were the exact words? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I took a picture of it.
I don't have the cards with me now, but yeah, it's basically see it from the end and work backwards. So your vision board is the end result, right? And so when you anchor yourself in that energy of already being at your destination, and you anchor yourself there, you hold on to that, knowing that it's already coming. That's how you powerfully pull, attract, manifest.
That's probably where I got the whole idea when I told my friend who's in the, she's in the dating pool, and I said to her, "Are you sleeping in the middle of your bed? Don't sleep in the middle of your bed. Sleep on, either pick a side and sleep there. Live as though."
She was trying to manifest what though?
A husband. She's trying to manifest a husband. She literally is trying to manifest a husband. And my idea is, okay, pick either side of the bed and sleep there. Live as though he's there already. Make room for him.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Make room for the thing that you want.
Yeah.
So for me, when I think of that, I think of purging, right? Going through my home, the physical items, and figuring out what no longer serves me, what no longer brings me joy. Releasing that with gratitude, and that creates space for more things. I love your example. Which I don't think many people think about, right? Like you have to literally make space. I keep thinking, I told you that Steve Harvey story. I'll try to retell it here really quickly, I guess. So Steve Harvey says he was trying to manifest a car. He's saving up to buy a new car. And every time he tells his mother, I'm going to save up, look, I got another paycheck, I'm going to get close. And the mother doesn't reply to his money making, but she simply states, "But Steve, your old car is out in the driveway on bricks." And every time he brings it up again, "Look, Ma, like I'm really close, I'm going to get a new car soon." And she just replies, "Steve, your old car is in the driveway on bricks." And she is never one to like really be direct with her lessons. And so he had to really think about it. Why does she keep saying that and not being happy for me? And instead of being positive, like she's just points out I have my old car on bricks in a driveway.
Right.
And so soon he realizes, well, why is my old car still out there in the driveway on bricks? And he decides to remove it, right? He gets his friend to come and tow the car away, and he removes the bricks, and he gets asphalt cleaner and cleans the driveway so it looks brand spanking new. And weeks later, he ends up having enough money to go out and buy a new used car. And then he realizes the full lesson. It was like, there was no way that new car could have rolled up into this beautiful driveway if he kept his old car there in place.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got to really take seriously this idea of make room,
Mm-hmm.
make room.
Make room for what you want. Make room, because that's I did the very thing that I preached. I'm not going to tell my friends something that I haven't already done.
Yeah.
I 17 years ago, I was tired of the dating thing, and I really wanted my husband. So I picked the side, which is the right side. I still sleep on the right side to this day. I sleep on the right side of the bed. I made room, space in my drawers for the husband, and all those things of making the room for him. And here I am, married.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Got space for him in my house. Well, we've moved since then, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
I made the room for him, and he was here.
Yeah.
I
am getting rid of, okay, so quick story about how I'm going to command masterfully in 2023, right? And call it in. So my back is an issue, like my upper back. Sometimes I wake up with a tired back and pain. And so in 2019, I started sleeping on the floor on a exercise mat. That relieved the pain so well that I just stayed on the floor for like 9 to 12 months. Then I slowly, it wasn't as comfortable anymore. So I slowly started to come back onto the mattress every now and again. Fast forward, the bed frame that we have basically was breaking down. It was a very old bed frame. So we got rid of the bed frame, and then we never got a new bed frame. So now we have a mattress on the floor. So now, and we've been sleeping on the floor because, again, it was originally for my back, right? But I realized that this coming year, this year I'm sick of being on the floor. So I just bought a new bed frame. Because I was going to go minimalist and go the Japanese futon route and be on the floor and be all zen, and also thinking it was for my health and my back. But I really want to be off the floor now. And so I got a new bed frame, and I'm going to get a new mattress next weekend. And so this whole idea of lifting myself off the floor felt very powerful to me when I saw it in context with what I want to create for next year. It's literally like this entire year has been, this transition year has felt like it floored me. And so now physically, I'm going to lift myself off the floor. And that, I know my truth is, it will lift me energetically also off the floor. And so that's how I'm going to start 2023 off, calling in this more powerful energy, because I'm literally now going to rise up.
Yeah. I like that. I love that you said that like that. That you were floored, and so now you're rising yourself up off the floor, like literally getting off the floor.
So I invite everyone to really look at your life in this way, because the physical reality in life is just a manifestation, or a reflection rather, of your inner, right? And so if you want to, what are you not okay with in your life? What do you want to shift, and what do you want to align with? And really look at how you can change your physical space, perhaps, so that it can really help you shift energetically and powerfully call in what you want next year.
Yeah. What do you want to create?
So that was what I worked at. I said, what will we give ourselves permission to have next year? Is another way to say, what do you want to create, right? or just one way to say it. I feel like I want to give myself permission to love again, be in love again. So that's what I want to create. But to create that, I have to give myself permission for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. What do you give yourself permission for in the new year?
Boy. I give myself permission to be wealthy.
Yes.
I give myself permission to have the house that I want to have with the red door and black shutters.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because, I feel like I can't have those things for
Mm,
whatever reason. It's too long to explain here. But at the end of the day, I felt like I can't have these things, but
mm,
I know I'm deserving of these things. So I'm giving myself permission to have these things.
yeah.
Therefore, I will be creating these opportunities for myself that will lead me to my wealth and to my home that's white with black shutters and a red door.
Yeah.
That's 2 stories. I'm so specific. This is what I want. And I drive past several houses that almost meet that criteria. And I'd say, I know my house is out there, even if I have to build it up. It's my house. It's in my head. I know exactly what I want.
Mhm.
So yeah, I give myself permission to have exactly that.
And the undertone, right, in that giving yourself permission, it's an I deserve statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's an I deserve statement. So the I deserve love again
Mm-hmm.
combats the I'm fearful
Mm-hmm.
to try again, or I'm fearful to see something else fail.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what I mean. So the I deserve statement in the giving yourself permission negates whatever stories that had been holding the thing that you want back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So for our viewers and listeners, what do you give yourself permission for in 2023? And write that down just as is. I give myself permission for, and then just kind of convert that to an I deserve affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's I deserve full love again.
Yeah.
And for you, it's what? I deserve.
I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to be in that house. I do. I deserve it.
Yeah.
I do.
You deserve wealth and security.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so the vision board, the permission slip,
Mm-hmm.
and then the affirmation to support it all. I like that.
Yeah.
As a package.
Manifestation package.
There you go.
It's a whole ritual.
Yeah, in itself, it's true.
Yeah.
And for that affirmation, like what I tend to tell my clients is to repeat that affirmation at bedtime, but mindless. You don't have to think about it. Like you wouldn't have to think about the house with the color of the door, etc. But just to state that affirmation as a mindless mantra at bedtime until you fall asleep. Because for me, that ends up now reprogramming your subconscious.
Right.
And then upon waking up, you can also say the same affirmation, because that little period, that grace period between, being fully awake, and up and with your eyes open and asleep, that little window of time, you're still tapping into the subconscious. And so when you state your mantra there, it really roots it into your.
Yep. Oh.
That feels good, right?
Yeah. What's interesting too is that you mentioned watching The Secret.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that came that I'm thinking of was one where the guy, no, not the guy, Jim Carrey, he wrote himself a check for I forget the dollar amount, but we'll just say $1 million, right? He wrote himself a check and he put it in his wallet and just literally forgot about it. And he said he wasn't going to cash it. I'm paraphrasing it. He said he wasn't going to cash it until he made that money. And he actually made, with his first movie, he made exactly the amount of money that he wrote on that check. So it was in his wallet the
Yeah.
whole time. It doesn't bother it. It was just in his wallet. He kept it with him, but it's not like he obsessed over it.
Yeah.
He just had it on his person the whole time, just waiting to be cashed.
Set it, forget it.
Yeah. And then there was another part of the secret that I'm just remembering, was they said something like, okay, along the lines of making room for what you want, also feeling like you have it already. Like if you want this car, this is the analogy that they use. If you want a car, a specific car, you got to put yourself in that car. Like energetically put yourself in that car, not physically, but like in that car. Put your arms out, put your arms on the steering wheel, and feel yourself driving the car, shifting the car. You know, like that's how deep into it that people would really get into their manifestation practices, is that they will literally step into the act of having it.
I mean, yes, I align with that, because my truth is everything out here is just a reflection of the inner, right? So everything has to start with the thought.
Right.
And the visualizing of it supports the thought.
Right.
But
and
then the feeling
it and being in it, you know? So
yeah. That's where we have to begin. It's never out there. It's always within you. The answer is always within you. You're the creator of your life. You're the driver. So yes, you can command masterfully in 2023. Just get clear on what it is that you want.
Yep.
Purge, make room for the thing that you want, right? And then call it forth powerfully with the vision board, with the affirmation, with giving yourself permission.
Yep.
Yeah. I wish, I wish all goodness, all good things under the sun for all of our viewers and our listeners. I know there's a lot of moms out there that are juggling and overwhelmed and putting themselves last. And my hope and wish and prayer is that they will put themselves first, honor their needs, honor their desires, satisfy their soul.
Give yourself permission for all of that.
Feel fulfilled, right? And be in their power. Because like you say so often, Cherie, right? Like, don't waste another year.
Yep.
Not being happy. So I want all our viewers to create the vision boards, and I would love to see that. Like, join Cherie's Facebook group, join my Facebook group. We'll put the links below. Share with us your vision boards, your stories, your permission slips. We'll do the same, won't we?
Yep. Yes, we will.
Let's post our vision boards up in the Facebook groups.
Okay. I'm gonna be creating a new one. I'm not gonna show the old one. I'm gonna create my new one
for 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, for 2023. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else do you want to add?
I don't think I have anything to add. I think I just want to leave it right where I left it. You're going to have what you want. Just give yourself the permission to have it.
Yeah.
You deserve it. It's just those two key pieces. Give yourself permission because you deserve it, and you will have it.
Yeah, and you deserve, right? I'll say it. You deserve an expressed and orgasmic life.
Yes, you do. Like I said, I can just leave it like mic drop. That's it.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us this episode and for this entire season 1. We've really enjoyed your feedback. We're so thrilled that you've gained value from listening to our chats. And it's just been a joy chatting with you, Cherie. It doesn't even feel like work, right? Like, we're just chatting.
No, we're just sitting here chit-chatting. It almost feels guilty. Pleasure. And I almost don't want to end because I'm here and I'm chilling, I'm relaxed, and I'm going to stay in this energy.
Yeah. And, come 2023, we're going to show up again with a season 2 with juicy topics, more juicy topics. So I can't wait for you to join us in 2023. Thank you. Thank you. We honor you and your presence. You know, we're here, we're sharing, you know, our bits of wisdom from our lives because we want to make a difference in your life. Do visit our websites, CherieLinnell.com, ReneeFaith.com. If you so feel called to work with us or to just explore and have a conversation, you know, we can have free conversations, free consultation calls with us. Just sign up on our websites. Thank you so much and Happy New Year. We will see you on the other side of 2023.
Happy New Year. Yes. We will be with you again next year.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yes. New season. I'm going to get my shit together with this.
You're doing great. What are you talking about?
Well, you know, every episode I'm ending it with, I will see you later, but I can't see anybody. So you will be seeing us next week.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, not next week.
Well, January 10th.
January 10th.
January 10th.
Yeah, January 10th. We will see you then.
Woo! Bye, all.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this new episode. And if you did, please leave us a like and subscribe. Also, feel free to let us know what topics you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Get in touch in the comments and visit us on our websites, ReneeFaith.com and CherieLinnell.com to learn more about how we can serve you on your journey. All links below in the description. See you next week's episode. Bye now.